I ignored my destiny once. I cannot do that again. Even for you. I'm the only one who knows that. At least I'm the only one with the will to act on it.
The Mad Titan Podcast with your host, Jay Washington.
Titans, go!
What's happening, everybody? Back. It's episode 96 of the Mad Titan Podcast. I'm your resident supervillain, Mr. Jay Washington. I'm going to do this. I'm exhausted as usual. There's nothing new to that. And I'm going to be even more exhausted after doing this because of who the person I'm doing this with. They're very exhausting. I just literally gave them a little bit of praise and, things like that and everything before we started fully recording. And now I realize, this is going to be exhausting. Thank you, everybody who's been listening for the past couple of weeks, man. Everybody's been showing love. People, all the emails that I get, all the text messages, everything, man. I'm very appreciative of every single thing. I will definitely let you know, but let's just get this out the way. BC here. Okay, cool. There you
My man, what's up, Jay? I'm so happy to be back in the house. I'm so excited to be on the Mad Titan Podcast with my buddy, Jay Washington. What's up, man? You don't need to be eating. You get your popcorn ready. This going to be a show. We're going to have a good time.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah. What's up?
Before we started recording, I was eating a salad, y'all. He started talking. I grabbed a bag of chips. That's how much it affects my life. I grabbed a bag of 7-Eleven chips.
Hey, man, I'm happy that I'm just helping you get health food in there, man. You was eating that rabbit stuff. You need some good food with some carbohydrates and some energies and some sugars.
I was eating some shit that made me almost choke and die before we started recording.
We're going to get the podcast out anyway. It's okay.
This is literally the discussion we had. If I die while recording this, BC's going to release, he's going to finish the episode, release it in my honor while my corpse is decomposing in front of him. This is great. All right. Thank you to everybody. As always, if you're new to the joint, here's what happens. I get you caught up on all the things happening in the Marvel and DC live-action cinematic universes. This is Barbershop Talk for Nerds. So again, I may say some things that may get you in your feelings, and the fact of the matter is I give zero fucks because if I say something, I got a reason I'm saying it. I've got points behind it. I validate the stance I have. I'm not gonna go, well, you know what? You just don't know. I'm not a fucking regular argument. I'm not gonna argue with y'all like this is somebody's random Facebook thread. Just not gonna do that.
But come on, Jay. That's what life's all about. Facebook arguing.
Man, let me tell you something. So many people have been trying to Facebook argue me about thoughts on the Batman. You're wrong. This is just like, first of all, there's no wrong. There's no wrong.
That's true, because it's your opinion.
It's your opinion. You and I both. I don't know why people don't seem to get that. And I even said it in the last episode I did. I said it in the review me and Winston did for Blurs. No matter how you feel about that movie, it is your opinion.
And it's just a movie.
It's just a movie. I don't give a fuck if 92,000 people agree with you. 92,001 have the same opinion. It is not a fact.
Facts.
Oh, well, somebody said, well, what the critics called it a masterpiece. That is their opinion because there are a lot of people who say it's not. You know what I'm saying? And
I didn't watch your review of it. Did you like it?
So I did the review on Blurs. I didn't do my own one because I just was tired. It was like I didn't feel like talking, which sounds weird for me to say. I didn't feel like talking.
I know. I was too lazy to do a spoiler review. I only did the non-spoiler.
I just waited till I did the shit with Blurs. For me, bro, I liked it. It's a decent movie. It's just too long.
I do. That was my only real negative of it.
That's everybody, and that's the thing. That's the consensus from the majority of people are either going, it's too long, or oh my god, it's perfect because you get to explore the whole new world, universe, motherfucker. That's what new movies are for.
Yeah, we didn't need it. That third act did not need to be dragged out as much as it was.
But I digress. If you want to see my full thoughts on it, go check out the Blurred spoiler reviews over on the Blurred in the Hood YouTube channel. Let's get into it. Now, speaking of the Batman composer, Michael Giacchino.
Giacchino, you had it on the first try.
Okay, I was like, is it just gazpacho?
Look,
Uh,
man, look, you can always come to your Italian brother over here, man, Giacchino.
well, so this is the reason I'm bringing up because I always do Marvel news first. And I know I
Mhm.
started off by saying the Batman composer. He will be the director of the Marvel Disney Plus Halloween series, which officially has been said it's not going to be called Werewolf by Night. It's likely going to focus on the werewolf, but it's not going to be called Werewolf by Night.
So he's like directing, not just
He's
in the music.
directing.
He's directing.
He's in the chair directing.
That's
So,
interesting.
so
Has he
yeah,
done
not only is
anything
he,
before?
I have not checked, and I probably should have.
Well, that's what I do, Jay. I come in here and I keep you on your toes, brother.
let me see. Let me go ahead and just check this man.
Because I really enjoy every score that he's done. I think he's done a fantastic job. He was great in the Star Wars universe, and the Batman score is really damn good too. But I don't know if I know of a composer that has made a jump from composing to directing. That's a interesting jump.
Hey man, I just literally I said, what the fuck, bro? His whole credits, his 96, his IMDb 96 credits are for music. Okay, 96, which is nothing wrong with that.
No,
I had to scroll all the way down past composer, which is 153 credits, actor, which is 6 credits, soundtrack, which is 42, to 3 director credits, which are Monster Challenge, a short he did in 2018.
Okay.
Star Trek Short Treks is a TV series short. He did that in 2019. And now he'll be doing Werewolf by Night. And again, given the fact it's an hour long, it's just one thing. It shouldn't be. I think that's why it's easy for them to give it to him.
Is it animated? Did you say?
Nah, Werewolf by Night is going to be it's going to be probably live action more than likely.
Huh. That's interesting, man. I'm excited to see him branch out like that because again, like I love his work. I don't think I've seen the Star Trek short he did. I haven't watched any of those Star Trek shorts, but that sounds dope. Like I'm excited for him. It could be good.
I mean, it could. I mean, again, I don't know. It's just like you said. It sounds so interesting to have someone who is not a known director to make
anything.
You're right. And it's not unusual. Let me make it clear. It's not unusual.
I don't know. I would call that unusual because I have never heard of a composer going, you know what? Now I'm going to direct a movie. Like, I've heard of actors. I've heard of producers. I've heard, you've seen all that. Mm-hmm. I've never seen a composer come out. I'm sure there probably are some, but there's none that I know of. Like, I don't see John Williams go, you know what? I'll direct the next Superman. Like
there's somebody listening to this right now that's going, I'm pretty sure that'd be amazing. Yo, let me tell you, score and directing the film are 2 different things. Okay. But just so a little backstory on the series for Disney Plus. Again, it's officially said it's not going to be called Werewolf by Night, but Gail Garcia Bernal is set to play the lead, and Laura Donnelly has boarded on in a mysterious supporting role. Now, there's a lot of speculation that she's going to be playing Nina Price, aka Vampire by Night, but it's not confirmed. Now, here's the thing about Werewolf by Night. There are 2 Werewolf by Nights that have been in the comics. The first, of course, is Jack Russell. The second is Jake Gomez. Now, that is a more recent take, and he is of a Hopi and Mexican descent, which more than likely would seem the direction to go. Now, there's, again, nothing has been revealed, so it could be a hybrid amalgamation of the 2, or they could be doing their own new take completely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Also, Giacchino, his work is also in Jurassic World Dominion, and he also has work in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So it'll be interesting.
His music-wise?
Music-wise.
Okay.
And production on the special. So he's expected to get ready for work, though, later on this month in Atlanta.
So is that supposed to come out this year?
coming out this year. It's Halloween.
Okay. So do you, and it's going to be part of the MCU, I assume, because
Of course
everything
it
really
is.
is now. Do you think this is going to have some kind of implication, bringing in, possibly Vampire by Night, possibly Werewolf by Night,
Yes. Yes.
with Blade?
Yes. I already knew
Yeah.
where that question was going. Yes. Yes. I think this goes into Werewolf, but I think this goes into Blade, the whole Midnight Suns thing potentially. If they're
Mhm.
doing that, it's gonna be, and again, in the Moon Knight trailer. What the fuck is he beating up? Is he beating
True.
up a werewolf?
Yeah.
Is he
A
beating
lot
up
of
a
people
werewolf?
have been speculating that is Werewolf by Night. That
Right.
he's
See what I'm
gonna
saying? Is he beating up the werewolf? Things like that. And granted, yes, Moon Knight comes out the end of this month, and then we're not talking about the Halloween series till Halloween time.
But it's a good introduction. It could be a good introduction to bring
Yeah,
in
that just you just got the fuck beat out you by Oscar Isaac. Now you go and
get your own shit.
have you, speaking of which, I don't normally talk about them a lot, but have you seen the posters they've been dropping for the
For
different
Moon Knight?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen a few of them. They're good. Like, what's the
The
Mr.
Mr.
Moon Knight?
Knight, the
Mr.
Mr.
Knight.
Knight one.
That look, yeah, he looks
Everybody
dope.
loving the everybody. Here's the problem, and I use that term loosely. Here's the problem with that Mr. Knight poster. If you go to a Comic-Con in the next 18
Oh
months,
God, yeah, facts.
it's going to be 1,000,007 Mr. Knights around here in all different shades of white. Off-white, snow white, eggshell white, dirty white, dingy white, trailer park white, all types of white for Mr. Knight. So, I mean, again, it's always, I think that's the beauty of, like, that's the one thing that I will say, for everybody who complains about all the comic book movies and TV shows we consistently get, every time something new drops, there's a new set of, cosplays. And granted, we haven't really had real in-depth Comic-Cons for like 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. I don't know if I ever want to go back to another one the way it was, because I don't like you humans. You all are dirty. Like, this whole
facts.
this panorama has made me realize how disgusting we are as a people in general.
Yeah.
Like, one of the biggest things we had to learn how to do, which sounds really fucked up to say, is wash our hands. Do you understand how bad that was?
There's signs in the bathroom. Hey, this is how you wash your hands.
Hands. Motherfucker, I'm 30 at the time. All right, let's move on. So if you haven't heard, you had to be under a rock. Now, the Marvel shows that were on Netflix are gone, right? So Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, The Punisher, The Defenders, all gone, right? They are making their way to Disney Plus, to the surprise of everybody. I, along with many others, thought that Disney would say, yo, we just gonna drop these bitches on Hulu, because this way we can have R-rated content on there. But no, they throwing them on D+. Well, a bunch of whiny ass parents have decided to cry and bitch and moan and complain and said, there's listen to this story. So the Parents Television and Media Council has actually made a statement, and here is the following statement. I'm gonna read it entirely. You ready for this, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Quote: for more than 98 years, the Walt Disney Company has been synonymous with the words family friendly, and I can think of no other corporation in American history that has been built more squarely on the backs and the wallets of parents and families. The company's eponymous platform, Disney Plus, logically marketed itself as a family friendly streaming service, and parents have placed their trust in Disney to deliver just that. It seems widely off-brand for Disney Plus to add TVMA and R-rated programming to this platform, ostensibly to increase subscription revenue. So what comes next? Adding live striptease performances at Fantasyland and Disney World? Now, while we applaud Disney Plus for improving their parental controls, the mere presence of MA and R-rated content violates the trust of families and may well turn them off entirely. There is no need for Disney Plus to compete with the explicit content on other streaming platforms. Disney is already at a competitive advantage with a streaming platform that is one of the safest out there for families. Its foray into TVMA rated fare will forever tarnish its family-friendly crown.
So I hadn't read the entire statement. I only heard like the first couple sentences of it. First off, I want to congratulate you. That's a great white voice, bro.
Thank you, sir. I mean, I've watched Sorry to Bother You several times.
It's a good one too. Look, what they're pissed about is they can't just go, hey, kids, go watch Disney now. Look, they're going to have parental controls. They're vamping everything up. The reason I was a little surprised it's not going to Hulu, but I guarantee in the next 5 years, Hulu's going to be absorbed into Disney Plus anyway. It's already like that in other countries. There's no reason that it's not going to happen here as soon as all the licensing for other companies are out of Hulu. Disney just has to wait for that to happen. And then it's like, okay, now we just have one.
Right.
I don't get the anger behind all this. It's just, look, if your kids want to watch, they're going to find a way to watch it. If it's not on Disney, they're going to watch it somewhere else.
I think that's the biggest thing, bro. I think I'm going to say this as a parent. My daughter has a tablet and her mom polices the fuck out of her tablet to where she can only supposedly watch YouTube Kids. But there have been times that because of the rabbit hole you can take, you can find other content. It is up to the parents to make sure they are policing, for lack of better words, what their children watch. You cannot put the full onus on Disney for doing what a business does.
Yeah.
And expand your business, make more money. To sit there and say, oh my God, what about families? Yo, families aren't in danger from a streaming service.
Yeah. There's worse things out there than a kid being able to see the Punisher. Like,
okay, so we get to watch Jessica Jones and Luke Cage fuck holes into an apartment. I'm pretty sure your child has heard you getting your back blown out, okay? I'm pretty sure that dad has come home stumbling drunk and said, fuck me, where's this casserole, Karen? Like, I'm pretty sure shit's happened. So to say Disney Plus is a problem for that, it upsets me because there are bigger things in the world in general. And I'm not even talking about what's happening with the Ukraine-Russia shit. There's just other things to be more concerned about than the fact that Disney Plus has said, yo, we're putting this state on our platform. Again, like you just stated, bro, the parental controls are there.
Yeah.
So what are you saying? You want to be that lazy and not pick up your remote for less than 5 minutes to set controls? And also, you just also said it. If your kids want to watch it, God damn it, they're going to figure out how to watch it.
Number one, Pornhub is completely free. It's very easy for them to go to.
Bro, Pornhub has been so dope, for lack of better words. They have put up episodes of TV shows and regular movies and labeled them under porn titles.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So for people to sit there and and I know people like, well, you know, kids shouldn't be because that's been this whole argument with children learning about sexuality at a young age and et cetera, and like kids should be kids and blah, blah, blah. No, let's just be honest. Yes, I admit kids should be kids. I do agree with that. Again, I want my daughter to maintain her youthful innocence as long as I can. But at the same time, I understand what the world is.
Mm-hmm.
The world is real. So, and I don't say we have to force kids to learn anything, but we have to show kids the world exists as the world.
Yeah.
You know, we're giving kids in a bitch-made version of shit, then don't be surprised when they get shocked and like, oh my God, what is happening out here?
Yeah.
So to tie that in with this whole Netflix shit with Disney Plus, look, the comics themselves, y'all, that's like parents who got mad over Deadpool when Deadpool 1 first came out. And everybody who had common sense was like, oh, you clearly never read the comic.
Yeah.
You clearly never read the comic.
You clearly never watched the trailers. You clearly never watched Ryan Reynolds himself go, hey, this is not for your kids.
Openly said it, repeatedly said it. This is not for your... Look, I know you think it's a comic book movie, but this ain't for your kids. So who are you getting mad at? The fuck? Shit just annoys me. All right, let me move on. Speaking of Deadpool, we got a director for Deadpool 3. Sean Levy, who is Ryan Reynolds' director in The Adam Project over on Netflix, will re-team up with him to direct. Now, it is not possible. They said that Deadpool 3 may not start filming this year, so don't everybody get you like, oh, shit, here we go. Look, it's going to happen. Also, yes, this is going to be the MCU version of Deadpool, and there's some people who going, they finna water it down, they finna be so bitch made, and Deadpool this, blah, 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 blah. Motherfucker, Deadpool 2 was regularly still with Fox, and you saw what happened. So it can't get no worse.
Nope. Not to mention, as we just talked about with the previous story, Disney's laying their groundwork for their R-rated materials. You know, they're gonna have parental controls on their Disney Plus, so they're gonna be like, we can do whatever we want. Also, Disney used to own Friday the 13th. They owned New Line Cinema.
They own Pulp Fiction.
Facts.
So people just like to so surprisingly forget shit. I'm sorry about that. Go ahead.
They own Predator, and the new Predator is about to come out on one of their platforms, Hulu.
But we're quiet about that.
Stop worrying about it. It's gonna be fine. My question is so I haven't read the actual articles and stuff on this, and I had saw something about Sean Levy and Ryan Reynolds doing a project with Hugh Jackman as well. Was this supposed to be the same thing, or is he also doing Deadpool with him?
I don't know about that other one. I do know that Ryan Reynolds has decided to do what Ryan Reynolds does, and went on the internet and went on Twitter and told them to make a petition to bring Hugh Jackman into Deadpool 3 as Wolverine. He just like
maybe that's what it was that I saw.
And here's the beautiful thing: people are so stupid; they think it's gonna work. Oh, this will get Kevin Feige there, blah 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 blah. Yo, Hugh Jackman has told y'all, I'm done with this shit. I'm done. I don't want to eat boiled chicken and broccoli every day for 9 months.
Okay, so apparently Sean Levy wants to do another movie with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman in some kind of bromance film.
I think that'd be hilarious.
Yes.
Also,
not Deadpool, not Wolverine, something with them just together. So that is a separate project they want to work on. So it looks like they're going to be a good go-to team, Ryan and Levy.
Yeah. Sidebar. So this is something you all are just hearing the audio version of the podcast. You all can't see anything. So I'm doing this the same way we do blurs and whatever. But I am looking at myself in my camera, and god damn, these shoulder muscles look amazing.
Yo, man, it's the shoulder muscle and the trap there, my dude. Like with the super trap you got going, you almost like Goldberg level traps. Like that's what's up right there.
I'm looking at this, I'm like, this shit look nice. All right, anyway, let me get the light in this one. Well, that's the burn.
And on the other side too, look at my dude.
All right, I just want to make sure I put it out there. Okay, kid, let's move on. So, Kraven the Hunter. This movie is happening full steam ahead at Sony. Sony has told you their Spider-Verse is going on. So most of the movies that have been announced or in development are really happening, going into pre-production, production. Kraven the Hunter is one of them. A lot of people thought that the big bad of Kraven the Hunter would have been the chameleon, right? Wouldn't it made sense that Kraven the Hunter hunts the chameleon? Well, that's not the case. Christopher Abbott has been cast as the Foreigner. He's a Spider-Man foe. He's a mercenary who's adept at multiple forms of martial arts and can induce a 10-second hypnotic trance in someone by making eye contact with him. He will be the main villain. Russell Crowe is a part of this, and they say more than likely he's going to play Kraven's father. Fred Heckinger is on board as a chameleon. Ariana DeBose from West Side Story is Calypso, and Alessandro Nivola is another unnamed villain. I'm confused. Go ahead.
It seems like they are expecting Kraven to be on the level of our favorite film, Venom. That they'll be.
This podcast is over because I knew he was going to bring that shit up. Well,
hey man, I waited this long, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
But it looks like they're picturing multiple films here, and it looks like they're picturing their own Kraven franchise to keep going, and they probably want to set up Chameleon as more of a next big bad. You know, we'll probably introduce him, and then
but the problem is we're talking Kraven the Hunter.
I know, which is very weird, but it's also Sony. Like, they do weird, stupid shit.
Well, and I understand, like, a lot of people probably be saying, well, listen, what do they have the rights to, et cetera, because that's always a question. But
Anything
again,
that is Spider-Man.
right. But again, the chameleon, unless you believe, now I will say this, and this is something I'm saying as I'm thinking out loud. When you say the chameleon, I'll jump, you're like, yo, he should be hunting the chameleon. But is that an interesting enough story?
True. And like, see how I see it is he's not going to be the chameleon all this movie. He's going to be some character who's either on side with Kraven or something. And at the end of the movie, when Kraven has won or done whatever, we'll have a post-credit scene. We find out that character is actually the chameleon. And he's like, well, I'm going to have to handle this my own way now. Or something like, you know what I'm saying?
No, because I don't like your theory. I don't like it.
But is it not something that that's what Sony would do?
I mean, I don't at this point, I'll be honest, I have no idea anymore.
True.
Because, and I say that because I don't know what universe nothing falls in anymore when it comes to Sony.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing for me. And if for those listening, if you don't understand, Morbius is clearly set in the Venom universe, but at the same time, Michael Keaton shows the fuck up.
Well as images of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Garfield Spider-Man. So I need somebody to explain to me what in the fuck. So Sony was like, we just gonna do a bunch of shit. Look, nigga, I understand multiverse. Look, I said this on Twitter, Facebook, and I'll say it again. Every movie studio was like, yo, if you got a multiverse project, greenlight that shit now. The Michelle Yeoh movie is nothing but Jet Li's The One done all over again. Just want y'all to know that.
Yep.
It's lit. Watch Jet Li's The One. It's the same goddamn thing. But multiversal things now and having all this with these universes, it's like, yo, no pun intended. Where does this all fit?
Which universe is this?
Because everybody people keep talking about make the Amazing Spider-Man 3. No. No.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd be on board with one more Amazing Spider-Man.
Why?
Just because I would like to see him fight an alien. That's it.
That's the problem. I need y'all to say that. I need you, everybody listening, everybody, just say you want to see Andrew Garfield. Do you understand the same director is the director? You want Amazing Spider-Man 3 with that same director that made Amazing Spider-Man 2? Fuck out of here. Mark Webb is a terrible director for that movie.
Oh, you're gonna hate me.
I pretty much am. So y'all can't see us. He leaned in and I leaned over at the same time. What you got to say?
I love the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Well, okay.
I admit that it is not a great movie. Like, it has major issues, but I still have fun with it. Like, I hate they wasted Paul Giamatti. That was complete garbage.
Fuck you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Fuck you, fuck your mama, fuck your daddy, fuck the horse you rode in on, fuck everybody who loves you, who cares about you, who has ever supported you in your life, who has become a part of making you the person that you are today. Fuck you, fuck them, fuck all of y'all. If Barack Obama did it, fuck him too. Bette Midler did it, fuck her. Nobody said.
Just want you to know how I feel.
I just want everyone to know that I am the way I am thanks to Jay Washington. So I hated the Edward Nygma Electro, like before he became Electro.
Yeah,
but other than that, I actually have fun watching that movie, and I think it's because I just enjoy watching Andrew Garfield play Spider-Man.
See, that's again, I have no problem. I have no qualms with saying Andrew Garfield is Spider-Man.
Yeah, we don't need a Mark Webb. We maybe need someone who knows who can bring. And I'm not saying continue that storyline. Let's just keep going and do all. No. Maybe one more just to be like, hey, there you go, a trilogy.
This bullshit needs to stop now.
Yeah, I keep forgetting I have access to do all these, so this will
Yeah.
this will be a thing. This will be a thing. I will.
You know what else we need, Jay? We actually just need a Jay and BC show that we could just constantly, give the people what they want, which is you and me having this good time.
This bitch.
All right, let's.
Hey, I'm gonna keep lobbing them out there, bro.
All right, let's move on to some DC news, man. So they are doing this Gotham Knights thing. This is really happening, okay? CW's Gotham Knights is happening. They have added some talent, okay? So Fallon Smith from Grownish will be playing Fallon Rowe, aka Bluebird, and Tyler Chiara will be playing her brother Cullen. Now, their take on Bluebird for this one is, quote, a streetwise, acerbic, and often underestimated, the blue-haired bisexual is a gifted engineer who can fix anything. But what Harper wants most of all is to repair the broken lives of her and her brother Cullen, the only person she trusts. And after years of hiding his true self from an abusive parent, the transgender teen is tired of being polite and agreeable. And clever and adept at reading human nature, Cullen is ready to fight his own battles. So that is that one. They also have added they've added Olivia Rose Keegan from Days of Our Lives, who will play a version of Dula Dent, who's described as abrasive, unpredictable, and a little unhinged. Dula is above all a survivor, born in Arkham Asylum and abandoned by her father, the most dangerous man in Gotham. Dula's forged herself into a brutal fighter and skilled. Navia Robinson from Raven's Home, who's been cast as Carrie Kelly, the first female Robin, who is fearless, idealistic, and plucky as all hell. Carrie talked her way into being Batman's unlikely sidekick. If there's a burning building or a person in need, she's the first to rush in just as long as she's home by curfew. And Oscar Morgan from Trauma, who will be playing Turner Hayes, and says despite the murder of his biological parents, Turner remains resilient and driven to live up to his billionaire adoptive father's name. While charming and soulful, Turner has never felt quite comfortable in this world of wealth and privilege. All right. I wanted to bring all that up. That's who've been cast as some of the main ones right now. Here's the log line from the show. You ready for this, bro?
Yeah.
I know. Okay, here we go. The 1-hour drama takes place in the wake of Bruce Wayne's murder. His rebellious adoptive son forges an unlikely alliance with the children of Batman's enemies when they are all framed for killing the Caped Crusader. As the city's most wanted criminals, this renegade band of misfits, must fight to clear their names. But in a Gotham with no Dark Knight to protect it, the city descends into the most dangerous it's ever been. However, hope comes from the most unexpected of places, as this team of mismatched fugitives will become its next generations of saviors, known as the Gotham Knights. I wish y'all could see BC's face. The look of disturbia and confusion all in one is pretty much everybody's. Now, I know there are a lot of people who, before you say anything, bro, real quick, I know there are a lot of people who are going to hear this and going to go, oh, see, they're doing transgender and bisexual, blah, blah, blah. But I also need to remind you one important thing. It's a CW show. What the fuck do you expect?
I see, and that's, look, I don't give a crap at all that.
Yeah, I don't care about, that's what I'm saying. I don't care about that.
Cool. I really thought the CW Arrowverse was coming to an end. I thought, we have the shows we have, and, when they run their course, they'll run their course. And everything else DC was going to be HBO Max, Titans, Doom Patrol, all those. We're still doing CW DC shows? Like, the Arrowverse is losing steam.
Until that well one runs dry. That's how you do it.
Is it not dry? Have you watched Legends of Tomorrow? It is a chore to get through that.
I know what it is, bro. I know, my friend. I know. I've always been one of the most biggest and open advocates of the Arrowverse, right?
Yeah.
Even after horrible seasons of Arrow, I stayed on board. The Flash, throughout all this shit it's gone through.
I haven't watched this season.
Black Lightning, Supergirl for a couple seasons. There's Stargirl, everything. The thing is, there is a demographic with the CW, and a lot of us, that includes a lot of listeners, maybe myself, you included, are probably just out of that demographic. Now, granted, I'm not saying the ratings aren't feigning and faltering, because they are, but until they completely fall and bottom out, the CW ain't giving up on this. You
See,
know
but I
why?
thought the
It's a
CW
good
was focused.
advertising thing.
True.
Go ahead.
I thought CW was focusing on what's that other the Archie show they have, Riverdale.
Riverdale?
I thought they were now moving and expanding into that universe and spinning off all those shows. I didn't think we were going to stick with the DC stuff.
I mean, you can say that about all the not DC, excuse me, CW properties that have expounded and evolved. I mean, you've got what Riverdale has done. You had Legacies, Vampire Hunters, all of that. They've taken all these different shows, and to some they keep running. They run their course, and in others they don't. One thing for certain is, if you're in that universe, you're gonna stay working, and
True.
for a fact everybody that's cast as the leads on them shows is gonna be tiny young adults who are like 105 pounds that eat nothing but avocado air. I know what the fuck I just said,
Dude. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I always thought Stephen Amell was a big motherfucker
until you see Stephen Amell in person,
and then I saw him next to the bastard Pac, and I go, oh, Stephen Amell's tiny. Okay.
because the problem is people will see Pac and people are like, oh my god, he's massive, and you're like,
No, Pac's small.
not really. That's the beautiful thing about being a pro wrestler. Like, there are some people that are massive that you see. There are some motherfuckers that are the horse that you see.
John Cena, brick house.
And also, here's a little tidbit about John Cena. Not tall at all.
No, but brick house, he is wide as a motherfucker.
He is wide as a motherfucker. That motherfucker's wide as a door opening, goddammit. You see?
And then you see Pac, tiny as shit.
But then you see Stephen Amell, because he's built, because he has the gymnast body, and so he's cut up. So you're like, oh my god, he's so jacked up and ripped. You're like, not really,
just tiny.
So, but again, back to the CW shows. I mean, DC shows. It feels like the focus is shifting. You're right, towards HBO Max. After Peacemaker, James Gunn they've given that man the green light to do whatever the fuck he wants to do.
Yeah.
They already gave him the green light when they gave him the Suicide Squad. Let's just keep it a buck. And so he's going to develop more series for that. But then again, Doom Patrol still rolling smooth. Titans still rolling smooth. So the CW, as of right now, again, those don't seem to be slowing down. We're about to wrap up the Flash for maybe one more season.
Yeah.
But who knows?
That's interesting. I mean, it's interesting. And again, the concept of the show sounds interesting. I just didn't know.
It sounds weird as fuck. Just say it, bro. It sounds weird as fuck. I mean,
look, I am on board with more Batman stuff that's not Batman. I want more Robin-like stories. I want to see more Nightwing kind of stuff, because we always get a young Batman and we never get to build to see the stories that involve Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Damian Wayne in live action kind of stuff. So I'm all on board with more stuff like that. But does it have to be on the CW? Because I don't need them going out to fight somebody and then stopping to talk about their relationship in the middle of the fight.
I quit. So I said middle of the fight. So how are you really feeling?
Because it happens in every show. I'm like, is there not a better time for this?
Message.
So, it to me, it just, there is a level in which you just want certain characters to be a certain way. Now, again, I'm one thing I'm definitely on board with when it comes to this is that Bruce Wayne is dead.
Yeah.
I will. People are like, what? I am glad Bruce Wayne is dead, because we don't have to rely on the Batman.
Exactly.
You tell me Clark Kent is dead too. I've felt like this for years when it comes to DC shows, primarily because for all intents and purposes, some people are gonna say, "Oh, well, you would say that." Blah, blah, blah. No. Hear me out. DC has relied too much on the Trinity and more so Batman, Superman.
It's like 50% Batman, 40% Superman,
Right.
10% Wonder Woman.
10% Wonder Woman. Gotham is Gotham for a reason. We keep talking about how big Gotham and expansive Gotham is, and Batman created a legacy. So to have the legacy start to play out, yeah, a lot of people are like, well, what about Nightwing? What about Robins and all this? Look, it just said we're going to get the female Robin.
Yeah.
So you're getting a Robin. Yes, I understand what Titans has given us. I felt like season 1 of Titans was literally just how Robin becomes Nightwing. It shouldn't even been called Titans.
It should have been called Nightwing.
Should have been called Nightwing because that was the whole fucking point of season 1. So then you get Jason Todd. Now you're getting Tim Drake.
Yeah.
And so, yes, we're expanding more into the Bat family. But also with Gotham Knights, we're expanding throughout Gotham without Batman, with knowing Batman's gone, right? Him dead, him gone, him no come back.
No more.
I don't know why I said it like that. Him no come back.
No come back. No come back.
No come back.
No,
him
Mr.
gone.
Wayne.
So again, it's that we can, again, does the steam run out? Eventually?
See, and again, I like the idea. I don't know that I like the CW aspect of the idea.
Also, we don't know if this shit will get past its pilot.
True.
Let's just be
what was that? Arrows or whatever it was?
The Green Arrow and the Canaries.
Yeah. That didn't make it.
So we don't know.
And they put time into that.
Yeah, they were like, but I tell everybody, I know where Green Arrow and the Canaries failed.
Where?
Making it go in the future.
Yeah.
Green Arrow and the Canaries could have worked if they'd have stayed in the same day in Star City.
Yeah.
They didn't need to have, after Crisis, here's a Flash, and now all of a sudden we're in, 2049 or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't need that.
No.
They didn't need that. They could have stayed in current Star City, and they would have got it. I think people would have rocked with it then. But I digress. So let's move on to some other news. Now, this year is set to be a major year for DC as far as his films go, right?
It was.
Yeah, you're right. This year was set to be. This year was set to be a major year for this year for DC, but now shit has been shuffled. So Black Adam was originally supposed to drop in July, right? He has now been pushed to October 21st. He's going to be playing right before Halloween and through Thanksgiving and Christmas. The Flash, this movie might not, nigga, is this movie going to ever come out?
Nope, it's not real.
The Flash has been moved from November 4th to June 23rd, 2023. Aquaman has been moved from December 16th of this year to March 17th, 2023. The only beautiful thing that happened is Shazam 2 now happens this year. Shazam 2 will drop around the same time it dropped Shazam 1 dropped. December 16th, 2022 is now the release date for Shazam Fury of the Gods. Thoughts?
I think this has a lot to do with Discovery.
The merger deal?
The merger. And they, because right now it's not official. I mean, it's official, but it's not theirs yet. But I bet, what's his name? The dude who runs Discovery is like, who would be cool? Maybe if y'all shuffled some movies around and moved some of these into the next year, so that financially we still look good. And next year we have stuff already set and ready. And I don't know, maybe some of y'all still have a job when I take over. Who knows? I don't know. You know, like that's what it feels like to me. Like he's like, we're not going to have time to start beefing up stuff for next year when I'm fully in charge for a year. So let's just move these things around a little.
That could be plausible, to be honest with you, but I wouldn't be surprised, and people might think I'm wrong when I say this. People might think, oh, that can't be a thing. A fear of a COVID spike.
Oh, that's
because here's why. There's a city in China that's locked down again. Look,
see, didn't know that.
We talk about Disney and the Chinese box office, but we forget. Look, a lot of films have been doing well without that international box office, but in well as you can expect, right? Yeah. But that international box office is a major thing. So you want to hope that everything can happen. Also, let's just be real. Not only COVID, but the Russia-Ukraine shit.
Mm-hmm.
It plays a big factor in the overall picture of things. And here's why I say that. People keep asking why the U.S. won't get involved. I'm not going to get full political. People say why the U.S. won't get involved because that involves NATO, all these other countries. All these other countries get involved. There's conflict everywhere. All these conflicts happen in the summer now, potentially. Your movies can't make no money because ain't nobody going nowhere because places are bombing and shit's going on. So you want to try to make a safe bet. I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's a real, I didn't even think about that, but that's definitely probably something in it too.
And I know some people are going to say, well, what about Marvel's slate? Marvel is at the point where here's a difference with DC movies and Marvel movies. Let's just be real. Marvel movies have always proven to be a financial success for the most part. Right?
Oh, you didn't like our movie, The Eternals? We don't give a shit. Made a lot of money. We're fine. DC's like, you didn't like her? Oh shit. Do something new.
That's literally what they do.
DC has to be careful. Marvel's
and that's literally what happens. And again, people think it's talking shit about a company, but it's the truth. You literally just said what happens. You can have people bitch and complain online about a Marvel movie, Eternals, Black Widow, et cetera, but they make the money that they need to make. And they're good.
Yeah.
They make the money they need to make. And so with DC, if it doesn't do what they expect in their heads, as far as the heads of Warner or whatnot, they're shovel the deck again, shovel the deck. And it's like, yo, I saw somebody on on Facebook, say that this is the reason that Marvel will be better because DC doesn't know what they're doing. I said, for one, there's a lot of different variables playing. And again, I understand, and I just mentioned those variables. And yes, also those same variables could apply to Marvel films. Now, has Marvel said they're going to change dates on anything? Nah. But also, here's something DC don't want to do. That Marvel was like, we're not doing this. I don't give a fuck. We don't have to do this. DC don't want to go back to releasing on HBO Max.
No.
They already got a couple movies that are a couple are supposed to come out on HBO Max, but they don't want to go back to.
But those were already set for HBO Max. Those were
but they shouldn't have been. Movies. They shouldn't have been. Batgirl should not have been.
But they see, my thing is if it's a movie that they're like, yeah, it's going to theaters. Nah, we're just going to put it on HBO Max. No, that shouldn't happen. But if it's like, okay, we're going to make this movie with the intent of HBO Max, but that works.
But here's the deal. So Batgirl was one, Blue Beetle was the other. Blue Beetle was going to be an HBO Max movie. Mm-hmm. And everybody raised hell, which they rightfully should have. And they were like, so we actually meant Blue Beetle's gonna go on theaters because it's the first Hispanic-led superhero film.
Yeah. Here's my thing. I would so much prefer it to be an HBO Max movie because that way I don't have to go out in the public with people. Because I live in Texas where people are assholes at the theaters constantly. And they decide that at a midnight screening, we need to take our fucking 1.5-year-old baby.
I'm gonna tell you something. If you are a person who takes your infant child to a midnight screening, I understand when it comes to babysitters, childcare, and things like that. You still are a horrible motherfucker.
Facts.
Because you are literally going to risk ruining the movie for everyone in the theater.
But I want to see the movie. Well, too bad you had a kid.
you better wait till 2 in the afternoon on a Wednesday to go see it. But do not take your child and even if it isn't a newborn, do not take your child to a young child to a movie that don't have a good attention span.
Yeah. That's what bothers me mostly about. That's why I am a huge advocate of the streaming of movies just being on day and date. That's fine. I love that. Okay, I'll even pay for it. Like with Disney, I'll pay the premium price to sit at home and watch a movie on Disney Plus instead of going to the theater. It doesn't bother me that much.
Also,
so I don't see the issue with Blue Beetle or Batgirl being on HBO Max. If HBO Max wants to offer, hey, yeah, you can watch this the same day on HBO Max, but you're gonna have to pay for it too. Okay,
I've said this, and I've been a big proponent of saying this, and I will continue to say this. People acting like the day and day thing got sped up because of COVID.
Yeah,
day and day was always a plan for studios in general and long, because they started realizing some people would rather just watch it at home.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I know that people are like, oh my God, there's nothing like seeing it in the movie. And yes, I am mocking you if you think I'm mocking you, because I will always mock that statement, because everyone does not have to go see a movie in a theater to be content with it.
Number one.
But you get the best experience. Motherfuckers can get a good experience at home now.
Dude, you know how big my TV is? You know how big my surround sound is? And then we have like our friend Rob. Rob has no problem putting on headphones and watching any movie on his phone. He's like, oh, it's great. Love it. You know, it's not, everyone is not exactly the same and have to go to theaters. Do I want to go for a special occasion? Yes, absolutely. But do I need to see every single movie in the theater? No. And I know we've gotten way off topic, and that's partially my fault, but my bad.
But that's what you do. But again, it goes back to, it really isn't that far off topic given what we're talking about, because again, now we got to look towards 2023 for these movies. Mm-hmm. Yes. Does this mean potentially DC might have a stacked 2023? Yes. Okay, so now you have to wait till the end of the year for another DC movie.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd rather wait and it still be good.
And then the only thing that I think is weird about the shuffle is when did you go see the Batman?
The day
it was released. You didn't go to one of the fan event screenings.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be a buck with y'all right now. I'm keeping 100,000. If I don't go to a press screening, the odds of me going to a fan screening are slim to none. You know why?
Okay.
Because I want to enjoy. It's hard to enjoy it sometimes at a fan, because you might be sitting by people who every single thing that happens, they're elated and making. So
the thing about it was, with these screenings, you had to buy tickets to them. They were just fan event exclusive screenings. And I was like, well, isn't that any movie that you have to buy tickets? Like, you could see it early at the fan exclusive event screening. I'm like, isn't that you're just releasing it early because I can just buy tickets? But the thing about those because that's the one I went to, they didn't have regular trailers. There were not movie trailers. The only trailer they put on was that, look at our DC movies in 2022 that are coming out. And then less than a week later, hey, we're moving these out of 2022. They're coming out in 2023. Why would you promote a week before that this is a big year? You didn't know a week before you were going to move all these? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just, at the end of the day, look, no matter what company it is, whether it be, again, this is a podcast that talks Marvel and DC live action cinematic movies and TV shows. Okay. But there are so many other companies, that comic book companies that have taken and translated comics to the screen, whether they be big or small screen. Everybody is trying to run the race behind Marvel, for lack of better words. But the problem is, you have to learn that race ain't something you can win. Mm-mm. You can be in that race. You can't run that race because Marvel has already lapped you twice because of what they've been able to do for so long. So all you can do is go at your own pace. And I stated that again. I will always go back to Justice League. Justice League's problem was DC was so hell-bent on catching up with fucking, Avengers that they couldn't just let it be.
Yeah.
So now look, Invincible works on Amazon. The Boys works. Umbrella Academy works. All these different properties work because they're doing their own thing.
Exactly.
They're doing their own fucking thing. We just spent so much time talking about that. I like we have a good conversation. Speaking of the Blue Beetle movie, though, there have been some additions to the cast. So Bruna Marquezine, Belisa Escobedo, and Harvey Guillen are set to join Xolo Madueña as the first Latino lead, Jaime Reyes. Again, I do not, please forgive me if I'm pronouncing these names terribly, but look, he will come on. He will make his big screen debut August 18th, 2023. So now if you add on, so this is 2023 for Warner Brothers now. So you got Aquaman 2 in March, The Flash in June, Blue Beetle in August. What's the problem? Wait a minute. And then you got fucking Black Adam just drops this year too. So
yeah. I don't know. I've never heard what's his name's name said out loud. The dude playing Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
So to me, he's just Miguel Diaz from Cobra Kai.
That's what a lot of people was like. Yeah, the Cobra Kai dude. The Cobra Kai dude.
Because I've never heard his name said out loud. I was like, I don't know how to pronounce that either.
All I know is like this. I love that this movie is giving. Look, I've said this numerous times, and a lot of actors, directors, writers, producers have all said it. Black Panther opened up the door for a lot of this.
Mm-hmm.
If Black Panther doesn't happen, you don't get a Crazy Rich Asians. Black Panther doesn't happen, you don't get a Shang-Chi. Black Panther doesn't happen, you don't get a Blue Beetle with Jaime Reyes. And then on top of that, not just the titular characters, but the cast and crew being predominantly of those ethnicities involved in that. It's got a Mexican-born writer in Garrett Dunneth Alcocer. You got Angel Manuel Soto who's directing it. Again, this is definitely going to show the Mexican heritage life of Reyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might have the grandmama trying to hit him with the chancla, and then the scarab is like, "You want me to take her out?" And he's like, "Hey!"
Facts.
Got grandma about to throw the chancla, and the scarab was like, "I detect a threat. Don't kill his bitch." But it's great that this is happening again. This movie got moved from HBO Max to coming out in theaters. People keep saying Leslie Grace should have got the same opportunity with Batgirl. I'll admit the pics look amazing, right? Is this Jim Gordon's daughter? People have automatically said it was because she was black and Jim Gordon's black. And I was like, I love how y'all 1 and 1 equals 2 for black people real quick.
Right.
Like there's no guarantee that she's that Jim Gordon's daughter.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, isn't J.K. Simmons in it?
See,
I'm pretty sure J.K. Simmons is the Gordon in the.
That means he fucked a beautiful black woman and got this amazing black daughter.
And I buy that because it's J.K. Simmons, yeah.
J.K. Simmons is a smooth, he's that white poppy that gets out of black chocolate. Yep, I said it and I meant it, and I stand by what the fuck I just said here. So again, I'm content. I have no issue with it at all, man. In DC TV news, real quick, Donald Faison is Booster Gold, and white boys have been losing their mind.
Oh my god!
God! How you gonna race change Booster Gold? You motherfuckers didn't care about Booster Gold. Stop it! Stop it! I hate that. Is like There's
Why
certain
does it matter?
because to some people, white people can't have nothing. You got this country. Calm down. Calm
Got him.
down. My thing is, and I said it was always been said, if the race of this character is not essential to who they are, then their ethnicity does not matter.
Fucking look, black. We can't go out here and have Black Panther be a freaking Irishman. Like, I'm sorry, that does not work.
Everybody, saying, people who always say, "Well, what if they turned Black Panther white?" You mean the White Wolf? You mean that they did in the comic books already? So that's dispelled. Next.
Facts. The Michael Clark Duncan as a Kingpin was fucking incredible.
Wilson Fisk,
it did not
as long
matter.
as you are a psychopathic philanthropist, that's all you need, and you are strong as shit. That's all you need to be, Wilson Fisk.
The movie was absolute trash, but there was no problem with Michael B. Jordan as Human Torch. My problem was Kate Mara being Invisible Woman.
Or Miles Teller being fucking Reed Richards. Oh my god. Or fucking what's his name? Oh my god. Let me pull up his cast listing because I got a fan.
Fant Four Stick?
Yep, fantastic. The Josh Trank one. Oh my god.
It was. You know what was bad is I remember watching it and I was sitting through like the first, I don't know,
you
30,
want to shoot
40
yourself
minutes.
in the throat?
Do what?
You want to shoot yourself in the throat watching it?
No, the first 30, 40 minutes, I was like, I don't get it. Why did everyone hate this? This is a good movie. And then it goes 5 years later. I go, what?
Jamie Bell as Ben Grimm.
Jamie
Yeah, that
Bell,
was
yeah.
terrible. Toby Cabell as Dr. Doom. No, I hate everybody involved in this.
I loved it because like Doom shows up at the end and he's just mind blowing up everyone's heads. But then when it comes to Fantastic Four, it's like, nah, fisticuffs. I forgot I had that power.
I just don't understand. Like, what the fuck would they think? But go ahead, you were saying.
But yeah, so I don't get the outrage and let's change a character's race if it doesn't matter to the character. It does not matter that he's playing Booster Gold. Plus, I mean, he's fucking hilarious. He might be the only thing that can save Legends of Tomorrow.
But people mad because he's black. And of course, you're going to have the white guys who, I got a following because everyone wants to hear me yell about wokeness. These liberals. Like, bro, I've always said this consistently. I don't give a fuck if you're liberal, conservative, Democrat, Republican, whatever the fuck you fill out on a ballot. But if you make your political affiliation your identity, you're lame. You're fucking lame.
Facts.
I just want that to be known to anyone listening to this. Oh, well, no. Conservative, liberal, don't matter. I know a bunch of people consider themselves, I'm on the left. Motherfucker, do you work in politics?
True story. True story. I don't know what either of those mean.
Good thing.
I don't know which side's which.
Good for you. I don't even want to try to break it down because my brain hurts. Okay. So, but again, people got mad over that. Like, why? Yeah. Why? So he also was featured in The Flash, his most recent episode of Flash. Flash is
really?
back. And now, yes, they go to the Flash Museum and you see him. The kids, Nora and Bart, are doing their thing. And so I think that most of this second half of this season will focus on the kids.
I'm gonna have to wait till it gets to Netflix because I had it on Hulu, but they only showed the first 5 episodes, and I was waiting for the whole Armageddon to end so I could watch it all at once. And then they took off like the first episode and left only the last 4. And I was like, well, I'll just wait till this is all on Netflix, I guess.
Why you just don't go to the CW app?
Have you watched it on the CW app?
Yes.
That's the most annoying fucking app to deal with.
Nigga, Peacock is.
Oh, I have the ad-free Peacock.
So excuse me, you big fucking baller.
So I don't have to deal with that. The CW app has the same commercial 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
Half the time it's for the show you're watching.
Yeah. As he eats on chips.
I can't do this. I'll just wait till Netflix. And it's fine. It'll be on there like the next week after the season finale, and I'll just binge the whole damn thing.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So
Makes sense. I'm sorry, I'm chewing.
and good chips. How are the
Look,
chips?
Hey man, it's something about kettle chips that are always the best.
That's facts.
No why.
Yeah.
I know y'all like this is really ghetto. It truly is.
Yo, man, it's Mad Titan Podcast. What we do, barbershop for nerds.
And what do you think? So yeah, so that's that. That's that. That is all the news I have for the week. Let me go over to the Mad Titan email. I didn't get any phone calls to the hotline. That's fine. To the
Okay,
email
so if you didn't get any calls to the hotline, did you get my call a couple weeks ago?
yeah, we played your shit. That's how
But
I know
you did.
don't listen to the show. That's how I know you don't listen to the show. I played your fucking thing.
Damn, I get called out.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I played the shit. Yeah. So I watched that new trailer. Oh, Wanda is the villain. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah. Yeah, motherfucker. Wanda's the villain. I kept telling you. You
I
was
was like,
dead
it
on.
just doesn't feel like it. And then she's like, does that seem fair to you? I'm like, oh, she's gonna fuck him up.
Yeah, motherfucker. I don't think shit. This is you. This is literally. I wish I could pull this up right now. You just going. I don't think she's the villain, Jay. I don't think she's the villain. They wanted not the villain. This is literally how you sounded.
Yeah, I know.
And then you sit there calling and was like, so I watched that new back down the Strange trailer. I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong.
Why do I sound like Tracy McGrady or Tracy Morgan?
Oh, matter of fact, you know what? I'll do you one better.
Yo, Jay, what's up, man? It's your boy BC. Yeah, dog. So I was on the show a couple episodes ago, whatever it was, and I was like, you know what? I don't think that Wanda is the bad guy in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Going back, looking at that Super Bowl commercial. Yeah, I think she's one of the bad guys. Yeah, I was definitely wrong. Yeah, she definitely one of the bad guys, bruh. Just wanted to drop that in, let you know. Okay.
Yeah, that was you. That was you. That was you.
I get so happy to be able to call into the show every now and then.
That was you. Mm-hmm. Heard everything you had to say, my buddy. Yep.
Let's go to the emails. What you got over there, Jay?
Yeah. All right. MadTitanPodcast@gmail.com. MadTitanPodcast@gmail.com. Shouts out to the email I got. The subject is when is too much? Too much is from Chuck Smith. Said, what's up, Jay? Love the Mad Titan podcast and Blurs in the Hood podcast. Been a fan since I saw you on Collider, but I have a question for you. When is too much when it comes to the storylines we have going on in Marvel? We as comic fans can follow multiple storylines at once since the comics are constantly doing different things while telling a bigger story. But with Eternals setting up another 2 or 3 stories, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, blowing up all kinds of dimensions, X-Men, F4, Secret Wars, Skrulls, Armor Wars, the Marvels, etc. At what point does it all get kind of blurry and confusing and people lose interest? I hope never. That's a good question, Chuck. It's a very good question. Honestly, I don't think it does. And I think the thing, because it just came out, I think one of the director or producer just said about Moon Knight that you don't have to worry about the other MCU stuff to watch Moon Knight. And I think that certain properties are going to be able to hold their own as far as tell their own story. I don't think it'll get convoluted because, again, comic books have been able to do that. TV shows have been able to do that. So there are TV shows that run. Look, Supernatural ran 15 years. And granted, it was one story. But there are TV shows that run so long and they change their stories, they change writers and stuff like that. There are anthology series that run. I don't think we'll ever get to that point. It kind of, it beckons that question of superhero fatigue. Oh, people gonna get tired of it. The box office doesn't say it. At the end of the day, box office numbers. If box office numbers start saying and people stop going to see these movies, then that's a different ballgame. But also, here's the biggest thing, and I'm glad it just popped in my brain. We have a generation of people who are coming up who do not know about the comics. This is all they know. All they know is the MCU. They don't know the Marvel comic world. They know the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So for them, there are different storylines. Again, when you say too much, now they're like, wait, there was 2 different sets of X-Men movies. There was 2 different sets of Fantastic Four movies. There were 2 different sets of Spider-Man movies. So to some, it may sound like a lot, but all it becomes is in this new world of content consumption.
Mhm.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, like as long as they're doing these, like, and there is a risk, obviously, but as long as they're doing these and all these storylines don't have to converge into one finality, then you're going to be fine. Like you can follow the Eternals on their path somewhere else. Eternals has their fans that are going to stay like, oh, I just like the Eternals. Oh, I don't watch these movies. I only watch these ones, and that's going to be fine for some people. As long as we keep running with that. I don't think they're ever going to have that issue. People have been saying superhero fatigue is going to hit us eventually, and I think the genre has now cemented itself as its own setting, its own genre with subgenres in there as well. Like the Batman does not fit in the same genre as Iron Man does. Like they're completely different types of movies. So seeing that different dichotomy of the different films, I think it keeps different people interested. And then there's the super fans like us that are just going to see everything. And we're fine with it because we can keep track of all that. So I don't think it's that much of an issue. Like my mom doesn't understand the timelines of the MCU, but she goes, that movie was really good. I had a lot of fun watching it. I'm like, good job, pal.
And I think that's the thing people forget. At the end of the day, there are people who are just going to watch them to enjoy them.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to watch these movies to enjoy these movies. They're going to watch these Disney Plus shows or whatever the case they may be, just to enjoy them. There is no big, what's the overall story? What are we building to? There's a group, myself as part of that group, that wonders what we're building to, but I let it play itself out. There are going to be many others who feel the same way. What's he building to? But then there are others like you say, like your mama. That's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
A good movie. I wish there's your mama gonna be like, I wish they had more fucking. But like, there's some people
like I have friends that watch Loki, but
you have friends.
I know, right? Well, okay, there are people that I know that watch Loki and haven't seen all the Marvel movies, but they weren't confused, like because Loki showed you, well, this is what you need to know from those movies.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Okay, now move forward. And so I think they have a good way of doing that and showing you what you need to know in a flashback or like previously or, something like that. And everyone's going to be just fine watching.
I feel the same way with WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
Like you didn't need to fully know. You didn't have to. You could have eventually go back and watch Avengers: Age of Ultron. You didn't have to.
Nope. You didn't have to watch the X-Men to get to really care about the reference of the recast of the brother.
Yeah.
Recast,
You just knew she just recast her brother.
Yeah.
You just thought it. Yeah. You saw what the hype was. You saw what the hype was online, but for the most part, previously on WandaVision, they showed you Quicksilver getting shot up to shit in Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
They showed it, and so. To answer your question, to sum it up and answer your question in full, Chuck, I don't think it becomes too much. Again, BC said it. Superhero is its own genre now. And I know old heads have to accept this. They don't want to. Again, yeah, those old school directors, the Scorseses, the Coppolas, et cetera, they don't want to accept it because it's not traditional cinema, if you will. But that's cinema evolves.
Exactly. Times change. We're not doing silent movies anymore.
Right. And so now we have a generation that loves to watch action, bang, bang, people in dress up. And it's like, oh, it's so cookie cutter and blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Some people don't give a fuck. Some people are cool with cookie cutter. Some people are cool with just going to a movie theater or watching at home and just zoning the fuck out and enjoying it. Look, reality TV has been around for over 30 years, and it's because people like watching a train wreck because they don't give a fuck or nothing about it. They watch whatever happens. People will watch superhero movies just because they want to watch it and just zone out and just enjoy something that takes them away from their real world problems.
Facts.
You know. All right, so that is it. Again, if you want to send emails, madtitanpodcast@gmail.com, madtitanpodcast@gmail.com. I'm checking to see if I got anything that went to the spam by mistake. Breaking news is a baby. That ain't for me. Swear to God, this is in the spam. This is not for me at all. Nope.
It's your baby, Jay.
Nope. Nope. Let me tell you something. You have had to hit me up within the past 120 days to say it's my kid. And if you don't hit me up then, nope. I know you're lying. You're full of shit. Why? Because I ain't been with nobody. Anyway, thank you to everybody that rocked with me. And always thank you everybody that listened to this episode, man. BC, as much as I give you shit, bro, I always appreciate you for sitting down, making time for your boy. Man, tell the people how they can find you, what you got going on.
You can
and
find
tell them about
me-
your OnlyFans.
Yeah, exactly. My OnlyFans. I'm gonna start selling pictures of my feet because the working life is not for me. You can find me on all social media at The Grind Calls, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. As well, you can go over to thegrindcause.com where we answer the call to bring you pop culture positivity, all your movie news and reviews that you need.
You said positivity with pop culture.
I know.
Sorry.
But yeah, def come check it out. And always, Jay, I love coming on the damn podcast, and I love talking Venom with you. And I'm quite excited about the third one. Like, we know that Toxin's going to be in it, but like, do you
Wait,
think
say what?
Toxin's going to be in Venom 3?
They said that?
Well, he was in Venom 2, so obviously he's going to be
where
in
was
Venom
Toxin
3.
at?
The cop. You need to pay attention to these movies that we love so much.
No.
But my question is there going to be any lingering effect of him coming back from the MCU into his own movie? Like, I just don't know, Jay. There's so much to break down and discuss. We could do a whole hour on it. Don't you think? Jay, you listening?
No, sir. Not me.
You want to ask that question again?
Are you excited to see Toxin in Venom 3?
Nigga, no.
I mean, you can keep asking questions. I can keep giving you answers. If you want answers, I've got answers.
I'm just saying, like, together we're gonna start a new podcast. It's called the Venom Bros, right? Like, that's gonna come out.
Emotional, damn it.
I think we can end on that one.
All right, y'all already know where to find me. Twitter, Instagram, and Mr. J Washington, MRJAY. You should know how to spell Washington. Of course, Blurs in the Hood every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. Myself and Winston A. Marshall. Full episodes. We do it live on Twitch for the time being. We're staying on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Blurs in the Hood, BLERDS, the letter N, THEHOOD. Our clips of every story we talk about go up on the YouTube channel the next respective day. So youtube.com/Blurs in the Hood. You can find out all the stories we were talking about if you missed the live broadcast. We are working on getting our live Blurs in the Hood together. We were tentatively going to be June 18th. We're trying to make sure we got it June 18th. Some stuff came up with the venue, so we're trying to get everything in order. So please stay tuned for that. We would love a lot of y'all to come in town and hang with us for Juneteenth weekend. Thank you to all of the members of my Supervillain Squad who support me on Patreon, patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. I am so grateful for each and every one of you all. I'm grateful also you all are producers of the Mad Titan podcast. And with that, let me show a lot of love to all of my producers. Also, if you want to join, it's $5 at the basic level and $25 gets you my one-on-one with the Supervillain tier. What that is we sit down and we talk for about a half an hour, 45 minutes for whatever it is you want to talk about. All these conversations are different, unique, fun, and honestly, bro, I've learned so much about through these conversations. one of the members of the squad is trans, and we're watching her go through the transition, and it is educational and informative for me because I've seen people way early transition, like when they still are their former selves, or when they're way post transition. Never seen the process happen per se. Mm-hmm. And these conversations we've watched through the process, and it's been very educating. You know,
that's awesome, man.
You know what I'm saying? So again, thank you to every member of the squad. Alberto Rios, thank you so much. Thank you for being at the 101 tier. Brock Severson, Chauncey Wilson, thank you for being at the 101 tier. Cheryl Corman, thank you. Chris Lee, thank you for being at the 101 tier. Christopher Conley, Dan Bimke, David Adams, Davlin, Fanboy Cantina, Fillmore Pockets, Fred Castillo, Hillary Nellums, James Robbins, Jim Payne, thank you for being at the 101 tier. My friend, if you want to schedule your one-on-one, I know you're so busy with your new job and everything, please use the last link that I sent you. It always updates the dates, and you can go ahead and do that. Jolene, thank you for being at the 101 tier. Justin Square, Kenneth Daisy, Kirsty Oliveria, Marcus Burton, Marlon, AZ Badfish, I appreciate you. Patrick Harden, Quentin M. Milrow, Randy Constance, thank you for being at the 101 tier. Rudy Rueda, thank you for being at the 101 tier. And Soul Goldman, thank you all. Thank you to my producers of the Mad Titan Podcast. Again, hopefully some of you all can make it out for the live show when we do it in June, being the live Blurs in the Hood. We're going to do a stand-up show and a live Blurs in the Hood together. So we want you guys to come out for that. All right. That wraps it up for this week, man. I will be back next week with another guest, and I don't know who it's going to be. It might be myself again, or it might be somebody else, and hopefully it won't be BC because he won't be talking about Venom. All right, y'all, take care. I'm out. I'll let y'all later. Bye.